This house has its original bones, okay? But when I came back, I had to totally renovate it right down to the rafters. New floors, new ceiling, new walls.
And what did it look like back in your childhood?
There was at one time a coal stove in the kitchen. The bathrooms were always in the basement. The bathroom was in the basement. 5 women, 1 bathroom.
That I can't imagine.
and it worked out fine. We had no complaints. Everybody knew what they had to do.
That's great. And anything else you remember about the street?
About the street, yes. And I have pictures of all that. Was always trees.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see in one of the pictures that they had a boarding house over there. There was another couple of other houses that burnt down from the fire. But we were living in the country. We were living in the woods. Trees, like in the backyard, trees.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And now you have a good deal of property still from back then.
Yes.
That's great. That's great. But you like to keep it wooden.
Yes.
Good for you.
I have an old button that says, "Help us keep our roots in trees." I did have to take a couple of trees down because one tree was actually growing into her gutter. So,
Oh, that's a problem.
you know,
And how do you feel when you walk around this
I
neighborhood?
love it out here. I love it. I wake up, as a matter of fact, in the morning and I open the back door and I say, "Thank you, God." You know, that's my prayer. And that He's given me this time to be here. He's given me this time to upgrade the property. He's given me the money and the foresight to do it. So that Sandy Ground is still here. If we expand, Sandy Ground is not dead. Okay.
And what would your grandmother think if she walked down the street today
Well, she
and
probably
saw
would
your
have said,
home?
"Don't cut the lilac bush." But it had to come down because it got entwined with weeds. And so it was not even really producing the lilacs. But I think I'm going to plant another lilac bush.
They at one time had a church on the corner, and that was when I was really young. That was back in the late 40s, early 50s. Okay, and then in the back is a big open yard, and there was like a pavilion there that was covered, and they would have the public barbecues, and it was Mr. Nat James was the chef, I call him. And they would come from all around. I mean, and I say all around. People came down from, what was that? They were up in Massachusetts, so they would know ahead of time. It would be like a holiday weekend, and it was festival. I mean, there was cars parked all over the place. They had a wooden dance floor. They had music going, and they sold soft beverages, and behind they had the hard beverages. And it was just festive. There was any fights. No, I just say one fight out of the years I remember as a kid. And being that I was under the age of, well, then it was 14, I had to go to bed get out of there by 7 o'clock at night. Now I'm missing all the good people just starting to come in, you know. Music is blasting, I had to go home, and I listened to all that night going to sleep. I remember that many, many nights. But it was festival. It was just festive. The people were out, they were eating, they were drinking, they were dancing. It was just, I can't explain it. I can't just imagine how much it was. And then that Monday, we went back to the country.
And it was where again? Tell me again where this was.
Pardon?
Where did it take place?
That was one of the spots was that corner. Mm-hmm. You know, then there was a couple of other places that had those weekend barbecues for the public, you know. Mm-hmm. They only charged you 75 cents for a sandwich, you know, which would, then that to me, that was like, oh my goodness, I got to save up for a year to get 75 cents. But I found a way to get it. And it was just I remember it vividly, you know, as a child growing up. Me and my cousins, sometimes we would wait until it got dark. I'd take a chance of getting a spanking, but I'd just see who was coming out there and what they were doing in the dark. You know, what they doing in the, you know, it was all lit up and everything, you know, but it was just a festive, I mean, and they were there like until 1, 2 o'clock in the morning.